For those of you that don't know me, I'm Matt Rathel. I'm studio director and owner of a company called Graphite Lab. We do video game development for just about every video game platform you can imagine. We everything from the Game Boy Advance to modern PS4, PS5, Xbox, etc. I'm making this video because I get a lot of questions from aspiring game designers, both future students and those trying to break into the industry. And I've kind of decided over the years that some of these questions that I get asked quite a bit might be worth putting into a video so that I can share this content a little bit more broadly and it can get passed around and hopefully help some aspiring designers or even future students make better decisions and understand how to get into the industry or make the most of a college career. I also work as a professor of practice at Maryville University in St. Louis, so I have my hands in the academic side as well as the professional side of game development. And the questions I'm going to answer today come from a future student in St. Louis, where our studio is located. And there's 3 or 4 questions. This may end up splitting up into 2 parts, but I thought I would tackle these in video form and just get on with it. So the first question that they put to me was there one job or one thing that you did to get started in your career? Answering this one can kind of be in 2 parts. I was given the advice to get an internship when I was in college. I didn't get a game design degree because I was in college about 20 years ago. This was fall of 2000 when I started my kind of degree program. And so by 2003, my interest is in getting an internship, and I interviewed with a 3D animation team in St. Louis. And I showed them my portfolio and I showed my demo reel. And the owner of the shop who was interviewing me looked at it and said, "Matt, you've got a good reel here, but I don't have a whole lot of space for you. My team is using all of my workstations during the day, so you'd have to be doing your internship at night. Nobody would be around to mentor you. It might not be the best use of your summer. Instead, why don't you spend the whole summer teaching yourself?" At the time, I was using a software called Lightwave, 3D modeling and animation software. And the advice was for me to kind of bust my tail and self-serve and kind of teach myself other features of Lightwave and really just expand my portfolio as much as I could on my own. And that if I gave that an intense effort, that would probably do more for me than kind of this half-committed internship that I was hunting for. So that was the job I wanted. I wanted an internship, but I didn't get it, and I never got one because I took the advice of teaching myself and kind of busting my tail over a summer. So that kind of leads into the second part of this question, which is the thing that I did that helped me get started in my career was I got involved with a website called the 3D Fight Club, which sounds silly by name, but what it essentially is it's daily competitions for 3D modelers to make 3D models, polygons and textures and lighting and that sort of thing, under a very strict time schedule. So, for example, you might make a hammer in 5 minutes, or you may be prompted to make a set of snow skis in 10 minutes, or a lemonade stand in 12 minutes. And it was all these types of prompts and challenges that I was given. Getting involved in that website, doing daily modeling tasks, prompted and kind of gave me a format to just model a lot of objects. So I had my student portfolio, which had animations and other things that I had to do as a student. But by participating in this group outside of my classes and developing just a wide array of props and other objects, my portfolio was much bigger than many of my classmates in that particular kind of direction for modeling. So I didn't do a lot of characters. I wasn't doing like big environments. I was doing just a lot of single objects, props, and other kind of supporting materials. So my first job in the game industry was a prop modeler. I did props for a game that never released, but it was a game that was at its core a tycoon slash simulator game. So similar to games like Roller Coaster Tycoon or School Tycoon or Zoo Tycoon, if you're familiar with those games. Ours was about building a nightclub. So I needed to model objects that would go into bar and kind of dance halls. So I was making dance floors. I was making kind of bar countertops, chairs, decor that could go on the wall like neon lights and plants and other kinds of decor items like that. So my portfolio, the thing that kind of got me started in my career, was kind of built around this failed opportunity, this failed attempt at getting an internship, but the advice to kind of self start and just push myself all summer and make improve as much as I could was really what kind of landed me that first opportunity. So that first job was at a company called Black Lantern Studios, and it was founded in Springfield where I was going to school. So that kind of helped as well. So if you ask the question, was there one job or one thing? It wasn't exactly one particular thing, but a small series of events that allowed me to build that right portfolio, connect it with the right studio at the right time when they needed somebody to do kind of the right job that was in line with my skill set. So yeah, so that's that.